Now, before we get into this, I'd like to quickly talk about our first sponsor, Beam It. Now, for a limited time only, you can go down to the description box of this video below and use my referral link. My referral link will give you $5 UAD directly to your bank account. Beam It is an app similar to PayPal that launched fairly recently. It uses bank-level encryption to protect your information, and you, the user, must verify each transaction. So, if you're interested in making a quick buck, just sign up with the referral code in the description below, after which you get $5 UAD. You never have to actually use the app again, so technically it's free money. Second, if you haven't watched parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on, watch those parts before you watch this one. If you need a refresher, there will be a link in the description with all the other parts. Now let's get back into the story. Aizawa explains to Class 1A about the summer training camp. After a couple days, Deku is at the training camp. Class B is also there, and they exchange a little bit of greetings to Class 1A. Ida tells everyone to get onto the bus in a timely order. On the bus, Aizawa tries to explain how long it will take. That's when he looks back and sees the class just goofing off. This shocks him a little bit, but he just goes on with it. They stop moving and ask why they're stuck in the middle of nowhere. They then see a black car which is filled with a bunch of people wearing cat costumes. They announce that they're wild pussycats. Deku starts fanboying over them, saying, "They're a 4-person hero team who set up a joint agency. They're a veteran team that specializes in mountain rescues. This will be their 12th year work." Raikou grabs Deku by the face and says, "I'm 18 at heart." They point off into the forest and say, "Past that forest is where you'll be staying." A lot of Class 1A thought that the bus will take them there, but they reveal that they'll have to go through the forest to make it there. They start trying to run towards the bus until one of the heroes uses their quirk, destroying the ground beneath them, making them fall into the forest. They run to the beast forest until they see a rock monster, which Koji tries to calm down, but it didn't work, because it's made out of dirt and it's not an animal. Deku sees this and says, "Well, good luck," and flies over the forest heading towards the base at top speeds. But Shaka grabs onto him, knowing that she can just skip this whole thing if she grabs him. The cats and Aizawa see something in the sky and wonder what it is. Aizawa then realizes it's Deku. Then the cats say, "Wait a minute, he can fly?" Then Aizawa explains his quirk. Bakugo said, "Damn that monkey, he's always one step ahead of me." Then he realizes he can fly too with his explosions, so he does the same. Everyone is shocked, but they have nothing else that they can do besides dealing with the monsters. Deku gets to the camp and flies down and notices Ochako behind him. He asks, "How did you get here?" Ochako tried to explain how she grabbed onto Deku, but before that, they hear Bakugo in the background screaming, "Die, die, 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 where's that monkey?" Shortly after, Aizawa and the cats arrive, and Aizawa says, "There wasn't really a rule about what you could and couldn't do, but congrats. You 3 did it. You didn't really do the drill, but you did think outside the box and completed it." Since Class 1A was down 3 members, it took them an extra 2 hours to get there. They all come outside the forest tired and pissed off at the 3 of them. The teachers gather all of the students, and they say, "Well, that should have taken about 3 hours. Class 1A shouts, "3 hours! The pussycats say, "Yes, that's how long it should have taken us. But you guys did well, even though 3 members bailed on you." Pixie Bob looks at Deku, Todoroki, Bakugo, and Ida, and says, "You with the tail. You have a tail just like a cat." Then Pixie Bob says, without hesitation, "You'll be fine in 3 years. I call dibs." She starts going closer to Deku, and Deku starts screaming. Aizawa says, "Mandle, has she always been like that?" She replies, "She's been a bit desperate since she's around that suitable age, but you know what?" Deku says, "Speaking about suitable age," he points to Kota and asks, "Whose kid is that?" Mandalay says, "That's not our kid, it's my cousin's kid." She then tells Kota to come here and greet them because they'll be here for the next couple weeks. After that, because of the interaction with Pixie Bob, Deku decides to cut off his tail, so she wouldn't go after him. Realizing if it happens again, who will know what will happen. Deku introduces himself to Kota, and Kota tries to punch him, but he doesn't flinch or feel pain. Kota grabs his knuckles, crying. He says, "I don't like heroes like you," while crying because his knuckles are hurting from punching Deku. The next day, everyone starts their training. Deku is training with Tiger. Tiger says, "Give it all you got. Come on, try to throw a punch." Deku throws a punch, but he just bends his back over, similar to how a cat dodges an attack. After he tries to attack him, he just starts punching him, but Deku is able to take the punches and sends him flying back. After the training, Deku sees Kota walk away alone. He brings him some food trying to cheer him up, but then Kota explains about his parents and how they died to a villain. Deku is glad that Kota's finally talking to him, and he heads back to camp. Meanwhile, the League of Villains is planning their next attack on the forest. A day of training has gone by, and at night they go into the forest. The Wild Pussycats state that Class B will be the scarers, while Class A will leave in pairs every 3 minutes. Each of the class will be choosing numbers on a paper to decide who's with who. Deku realizes someone will be alone. Everyone in the forest starts smelling a weird gas that's poisonous. One of the wild pussycats smells this, then sees blue flames on the mountain. The villains split up in the forest, looking for specific students. Aizawa takes the failing students to a room. but then gets an alert for all the teachers to get to the camp. Aizawa walks out and Dabi sucker punches him with blue flames. Deku's back to base with the others. Tiger, Pixie Bob, and Shino deal with the two villains. Deku says, "Let us fight." Who knows what the other students are in? The Wild Pussycats say yes and send a signal to everyone that they're able to use their quirks. Deku powers up to Josu Gitsu ×4 and quickly knocks out both the villains, which surprises the Wild Pussycats. Then Deku realizes that Kota might be in danger, so he goes to the place where he usually is. He dashes towards him. Kota encounters Muscular. Muscular reveals that he's the one that killed his parents, which frightened and angered Kota. Muscular is about to attack when he says, "I'll end your life as I did to your parents." But suddenly Deku jumps and grabs Kota from Muscular's attack. Deku realizes that his phone is broken from saving Kota, so now he has to deal with Muscular himself. He powers up and gets into a battle stance, saying, "Everything will be alright, Kota." Just then, Muscular realizes that this is the kid that Tomura said to kill. Muscular says, "Your kind show up everywhere, talking about justice. You're the one called Midoriya, right? This is perfect. Also to kill you. Show me your blood." He takes off his coat and quickly leaps onto Deku. He punches Deku, but Deku blocks the attack with his arm, sending him flying into the side of a mountain. Muscular starts asking Deku, "Do you know where Bakugo is?" Deku starts thinking, "Why would they need Bakugo? Why are they after him?" Muscular says, "I'll take that as a no then. Well, I gotta do my job." He runs over to punch Deku, but Deku leaps out the way. Muscular leaps towards Deku, kicking him. Deku blocks this with both of his hands, which sends him and Muscular flying through the mountain, making a deep long hole in it. Muscular keeps kicking as they go through the other side of the mountain. Deku and Muscular are mid-air. Deku falls and Muscular tries to attack him again. Deku stops himself from falling by dodging Muscular's attacks. And then he powers up to Josu Jitsu ×5 and sends a ki blast launching Muscular into the forest with a huge green explosion. Deku thinks he got the job done. He flies back through the hole towards Kota. That's when Muscular comes out from behind him, kicking Deku away. Deku asks, "How were you able to survive that?" Muscular said, "Anything is possible when you have an amazing quirk like me." Deku disappears and appears right in front of Muscular, punching him, but with little to no effect. Muscular says, "Is that all you've got? I've seen mosquitoes hurt more than you." Deku tries more and more with his attacks, but Muscular's muscle fibers are just too much. Deku begins to tire out. Muscular sees this and dodges Deku's attack, then hits him in the arm badly, injuring it. Taking advantage of this, he starts pummeling Deku. Deku is on the ground covered in his own blood. That's when he gets up, breaking his limits, powering up into Joso Jitsu ×6. But then he realized even Joso Jitsu ×6 wouldn't be enough, so he goes ×8! Muscular says, with that stream, I'm guessing you're finally seriously gonna take me on now. This will be fun. Deku just suddenly appears in front of Muscular, punching him with multiple punches, which sends him flying back. Deku, knowing that this power won't last long, launches multiple windy vortexes with tiny ki blasts. Muscular dodges all the attacks running towards Deku. Deku fires off a Kyoto blast, which Muscular just runs through. Then he slams into Deku, hitting him into the air, and then smacking him down to the ground with full force. Deku is badly injured and exhausted. Muscular grabs Deku by the arm, lifting him up. He starts saying, "It's over, hero." That's when Kota throws a rock and says, "Leave him alone!" That pissed off Muscular. He drops Deku and grabs Kota. He walks near the ledge saying, "Just for that, I'll kill you just like your parents." Muscular throws Kota off the edge saying, "Well, I guess my job is halfway done." Deku sees this and becomes enraged. Motivated, he feels a strange power in him. He gets up and Muscular says, "Well, you're ready for round 2. Deku says, "Yeah, I won't let you hurt anyone anymore." Muscular starts laughing and says, "Well, I don't think you did your job right, because I just did." This enrages Deku and the power starts to overwhelm him. Muscular sees this and thinks, "This brat is powering up, so I better stop him before he does." Muscular runs in for a punch while Deku is wide open. Now that Muscular has arrived and killed Kota, and is about to land a finishing blow on Deku. How will Deku and his classmates overcome this? What is this new power Deku is about to unleash? Find out next episode on What If Deku Was a Saiyan? Oh yeah, before, the editor said for me to say this. Oh, you thought he was gonna turn Super Saiyan? Well, he ain't this episode. Now stop asking if he'll go Super Saiyan.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby.